We are going to open up these boxes, the gear that Saucony has sent me. So I talked about in the last video really the difference between running in a warm environment like Georgia and then going to Greenland to run in a sub-zero temperature. So some of the things that I really have to worry about are exposure. One of the things that happens is we lose, body warmth really through our head. So I got to keep my head warm. I got to make sure that I don't get exposed to moisture. That's going to be a big deal. Now, as you guys know, that as we run, 10 minutes into it, we can start sweating, and that moisture can really cause a lot of problems with the escape of body heat. So really, that's going to be a strategy, right? How to stay dry as well as warm during my run. And again, this is runs. I'm going to be running for 5-6 hours through the polar circle. So a strategy around maintaining body heat is going to be critically important. So with that, I have to look at different types of materials. Like I can't use cotton. I'm going to have to use moisture wicking gear. I'm going to have shoes. I need to have shoes that are made for running in Arctic conditions. So just one of the things I'm blessed with, or I'm lucky with, is that Saucony has a line of cold weather gear. So they were gracious enough to support me by sending me that gear. Okay. Okay, as promised, we're actually going to open up this gear that Saucony has actually sent me. So the two boxes are here. One contains the shoes, other contains the gear, the running gear. So let's go ahead and get started. So I think I have a packing list here. Yep, so packing list. So what do we have here? So in this first box, we have a Freedom long sleeve shirt, windproof boxer briefs, Siberians Tights. We have the Altitude Base Layer 2.0, a Vita Run jacket, an Omni Pants, they're black, the Vita Run Tights, the Ultimate, so I'm going to be wearing some mittens, a bonded vest, and a Run Strong sport top. Oh, I'm really excited about this box. So let's go ahead. I think I have something to open this up with. So let's just go ahead and get it in. So, yeah, these boxes came a couple of days ago, and I've just been dying to open them up. But I want to make sure that I was properly set up to video, so you guys could share this experience with me. All right, so here we go. Whew, lots of packaging, tons of packaging here. All right, so let's start. All right, so as I said in the past, the wind is going to be really something that I'm going to have to deal with. The wind, the moisture, the cold. That's going to be a constant battle throughout the race. So layering is going to be real important. So the first layer that we're going to have is my briefs, and they are windproof. So that's really going to help, keep my core temperature where it needs to be for this race. So thanks guys at Saucony. There we go. So next is a Balaclava. So this is going to, let's open this bad boy up. So really what this is going to do is cover my face. As much of my face that can be covered will need to be covered, right? So this is going to help me retain heat, from my head. Really, we lose the majority of our body heat through our heads. So this is going to really be instrumental in keeping me, cool, warm. All right. What do we got next? All right, so these are the Siberians Tights. So now I've been running for years in cold weather tights here in Atlanta. But again, going to the Arctic Circle is going to be a whole nother, set of challenges. So these are specifically made to run in sub-zero temperatures. So again, it's going to keep me nice and warm. It's going to be one of the layers that I'm going to be wearing. All right. Go ahead and put that here. Next up, mitts. So these mitts, one of the things with running in the Arctic Circle is, I mean, it's going to really be cold. The extremities are going to lose heat real fast. And so after we get really below zero, running with gloves is not really an option anymore. So we want to run in mittens, and really our fingers will, stay close together, and they'll be able to retain heat a lot longer. Also, I can put, hand warmers inside the mitts that'll keep me warm. One of the tricks that I actually learned a couple of months ago was, again, I'll be able to stay warm because a lot of this material is wind resistant, but by wearing plastic gloves underneath these, I'll be able to keep my hands dry as well as, resistant from the wind. All right, some more packing material. All right, so we're going to be running in layers. So here's another pair of tights. These are Vitarun tights, and I will, again, dress in layers. So as I either heat up or cool down, I'll be able to adjust the layers, of the gear that I actually have. So these are going to go over the other pair of tights, and these are wind resistant and water resistant as well, or moisture resistant. Let's call it what it is. So all of this is really going to help keep me warm. Okay, next, another layer. So I'm going to have 4 total layers as I do this run. So these are the Omni Pants, and this is the wind resistant layer that I will wear while I'm running this race. So yep, this will keep the wind from biting through my gear. All of these are modern fabrics, so no cotton. These are all moisture wicking. So again, keeping that moisture away from my skin as the temperature goes well below freezing will help me to retain my body heat. Okay, next we have the Run Strong Sports Top. So again, another layer that I will wear while I'm doing this race. So let's open this bad boy up. Oh, that's really nice. That fabric feels fantastic. So again, this will keep the keep me warm. Excellent fabric, excellent feel. I can totally feel that this is definitely moisture wicking. And again, it's another layer that I will have as I'm running through the Arctic Circle. All right, that's super nice. Okay, next, another layer. So the Vitarun jacket. This is going to be instrumental in keeping the wind off of me, right? And nice orange color. You guys know that orange is one of my favorite colors. Orange and black, actually. So that's awesome. Actually, it's my high school colors. So we're fitting. That's going to be a nice nod to White Plains High School. So awesome jacket. Again, it's going to keep the wind off of me, going to keep me dry, keep me warm. All right, another layer. So this is my base layer, and this is going to be one of the more critical layers, right? Because as I start removing gear or adding gear, this base layer really is going to serve the function. Let's get some of this stuff out of here. It's going to serve the function of keeping me dry, right? So as I start to sweat, these are all moisture wicking, so the sweat will be taken away from my skin and keep me dry, keep the sweat from actually freezing the sub-zero temperatures. So all these layers will work together. So I'll have to really monitor, how hot I am, how much I'm sweating, and remove layers as appropriate. Okay. All right. Oh yeah. So here's my Freedom long sleeve, another layer. So I'll probably have to practice doing some runs with some of these layers. But this is, of course, the Saucony. The Freedom long sleeves, which is one of those layers that I'll use as a base layer, again, keeping the moisture away from my skin. Okay. Actually, what this is it's actually called dry release, right? So moisture wicking, it's fast drying. The faster it dries, the better. superior comfort, premium quality. So this is really gonna really just help me keep as dry as possible. All right, last item. So this is should be my bonded vest, right? So keeping my core warm is going to be critical, right? So again, just another layer of insulation that I will wear to keep my core warm and to keep me at a high level of performance while I do this race. All right, that's awesome. All right, so that's it for the base layers. What I really want to get to are my sneakers, right? So this was, all right, so let's go ahead and get this opened up. And here we go. So excited. All right, so we have 2 boxes here. All right, so this is interesting. So in this box, I only thought there would be 1 pair of sneakers. Apparently there were 2. Surprise to me, I guess. All right, so these are the first ones. The Saucony Razor Ice. These look amazing. So they have the run shield on them. They're waterproof. They have the grooves in it for running on ice. They're specifically made for running on ice and snow to make sure that I have a really good grip and I don't fall. And if you look at these, I mean, these are amazing, right? So they are, there's a sneaker inside, or the base sneaker inside, and then there's the waterproof covering that'll keep my feet warm. Keeping my feet warm will be probably the most critical thing during this run. If my feet get wet, race over. So, I'll have some, probably some plastic bags wrapping my feet. But given what these look like, I mean, I probably won't need them. So, but again, I'll put them through their paces my first couple of runs when I get to Greenland. But again, these were some of the best sneakers that I could identify for running in sub-zero temperatures. These are amazing. Wow, I'm stunned. So that's the first pair. Let's look at the second. So another pair of the Saucony Razor Ice, just fantastic sneakers. Thank you guys from Saucony. I mean, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you, Jason Russell and Ed Walton, for even making this happen. Doug Smiley from over at Saucony, thank you very much. You guys have been fantastic. This is not just going to be my challenge. It's your guys' challenge. You'll be with me there, in spirit. And I really appreciate everything that everyone has done while I've been training, and really just kind of going through these adventures. So after this race, I'll tell you guys about the next adventure. But really, my focus is on the next 30 days, getting the last bit of my training in, getting to Greenland, and really performing well and making you guys proud of me. Thanks for everything, and I'll see you out there on the streets.